Hey coaches, I hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are staying safe. This video is going to be about our post wheel concept. Okay, this is our main pass off of our jet sweep. As a lot of you guys know, we're a big jet sweep team. Okay, and the post wheel is our go-to passing concept off of jet sweep action. It's post wheel and jet sweep. It's kind of our, I should really say, jet sweep and post wheel. It's kind of our 1-2 punch. And post wheel off of jet sweep is very nasty. It's, in my opinion, it's borderline unstoppable. So especially if you run it on a run down and distance, or if it's a down and distance where the defense thinks you're going to run jet sweep. And a lot of the backfield action, pretty much all the backfield action is the same the first few steps as it is on jet sweep. So, it's a very deceptive play. And if they really want to commit to stopping jet sweep, but they're going to leave themselves open to post wheel. So they're pretty much damned if they do, damned if they don't. So, but I put together some diagrams. Okay, I'll go through the diagrams first. Okay, and then I'll show you some of my guys running the play. All right, so the first we'll go over here is we're running this out of two formations. Let me go back a second. Okay, we're running this out of two formations. Okay, we run out of ace, and then we also run out of split right, which I'll get to in a second here. Okay, ace is we're basically twins to the right. And then we have a receiver and the tight end to the left. Okay, so first I'll just go through what our jet sweep looks like real quick. Okay, our two's going to reach this kid. Okay, seal, he's going to stalk. He's going to stalk. If they're playing hard press man, we'll just have these kids outside release and run off. Okay, and this is if we're running jet sweep. So he'll come in motion, snap it, and then he'll continue out on jet sweep. Okay, I mean, in order to stop jet sweep, it's really on this kid, So this is the kid that we're always trying to put in conflict. Okay, we're a structured attack, so if they want to stop jet sweep, they're probably going to have to do it with this kid. Okay, so this is the kid we're pretty much keying, and we have a coach dedicated to watching the play side, defensive end, and the play side outside linebacker on all our jets, because depending on how they react, that will determine our play call. But yeah, this is the kid we're putting in conflict. Okay, we're going to make him have to defend jet sweep and then pass. Okay, so most of the time you'll see on the game clips that this kid's he's either flying up for jet sweep or he's indecisive, and then we just run right past him. Okay, but that's our jet sweep. Here's our post wheel. Okay, we're going to do a wheel by two here, and we're going to run a post by one. Okay, which we call our split end and our right wing back. We're a wing T base team. This is kind of our spread formation. I feel like we need to spread the field a little more, and our post wheel was really nasty out of this formation, a little bit better than it was under center. So that's why I have more good clips of us running out of ace. But we'll say ace right, that'll tell our two back, which is our fullback, our four and our split end, they're split out to the right. If this was ace left, it would be the opposite. Three would be right here, and the split end would be there, and then tight end would be opposite, and our fullback, which is our two, would be there. All right, so real quick, split end's going to release. Okay, 6 yards, he's going to break to the post. Okay, it's very important that this coaching point here. It's very important that this kid drives his route up the field. Okay, you got to, push the corner back and make him respect. Because when you drive your route up the field, the corner doesn't know if you're going to go vertical, if you're going to break in, or you're going to break out, or you're going to stop. Okay, so, it's very, very important that you teach good route running. So we're going to drive our route up the field, and we're going to break to the post. And it's important he doesn't stop and look here. Okay, we really want to clear out this corner and run this right at the safety. Okay, continue right onto the post. Okay, it's almost a little bit more like this. Okay, but he's going to run to the post. Our four is going to run. He's going to break outside of where the heels of the split end would be, and we're going to wheel wide. It's very important, okay, that he doesn't wheel too close. Okay, because that's less distance the safety has to travel, or if the corner decides to come off, he could take him. Okay, so we want to really wheel away from the defense, okay, away from the safety and away from this corner. Okay, and we see a ton of man-to-man. Last season, I don't think we played one team that runs zone coverage, which maybe that's just what it is in the league I coach in, but, very rarely do we see zone. And if we do see zone, we have an answer for that, and I got a diagram for that and some game footage, how we handle zone coverage and with the post wheel here. Okay, so our O-line, they're going to inside over pass block. That's the rules. Two's going to secure the edge. It's very important that he doesn't pass block and stay back here. We really want to attack this block. Okay, our aiming point's the outside shoulder. Okay, if he wants to take an inside pass, we just wash him down. But we really want to attack this block. A lot of times they'll pass block, the kid will come right here and stand here and wait. We want to attack this block. We want to engage this kid up here. Okay, that actually will give our quarterback more time. So we coach our kid up on really aggressively attacking this block, which you'll see on the game film. Okay, and our backside tight end, he is eligible. We messed around with maybe having run up the seam. Okay, but it's somewhat turned into like 3 verticals. But our backside protection was a problem, especially that we see so many 53 defenses and the ends are wide and boxing and they're going to pressure off the edge. So we just have our tight end hinge the backside, just protect the backside of the quarterback. If you don't have to do that, maybe you could slide protection to the left and have the 2 fill here. Then you could release him. Okay, if you were sliding, he'd take him, 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 and then he'd replace and block the edge here. So you could slide protect and actually release this kid, but we don't teach our kids to slide protect. We don't like single man route concepts, but we also like having some blockers. Very rarely will we have one single route concept. I think it's a big mistake and it's horrible. It gives you no options and it doesn't, it's just basically you're hoping the defense bites and then your single route concept's open. But we'll always have at least 2 players in a route and then the rest will be blocking. Okay, so this is our post wheel. Let me go through the QB's progression. Okay, motion timing is critical. When you're installing jet sweep is the first play you need to install if you want to try running some of this stuff. Okay, so you have to figure out the motion timing. It does vary depending on player speed, age, things like that. So the motion timing has to be figured out. It's really unique per team. So for us, the kid was about over our tackle. And then, and you need a good snap too. You need to rep snaps. If it's a high snap or low snap, that's going to mess all the timing up. Okay, so you got to work on the motion timing. But this is full speed jet motion, okay? We need a great fake, and then he's going to continue out kind of on like a flare, swing, whatever you want to call it. But he's going to be the underneath option here. Now, as far as the quarterback goes, okay, we don't want him putting the ball out and ride faking that, okay? We want him just to step with his shoulder, lean with the jet motion, 3 steps and plant, okay? We don't want him reaching out and riding that jet sweep fake because it's going to risk fumbling the ball and it's going to maybe lead to some false steps. We like to keep our quarterback's feet under him. He's going to step with the motion, keeping the ball ready, okay? Keeping it right high on his chest, and then once the motion player goes, quarterback can take 3-step drops and he's gonna throw the ball. Okay, so the fake needs to be sold by this kid. Full speed motion. And another coaching point too, this kid cannot go forward or lean forward until the ball is snapped. Okay, this needs to be flat motion. Okay, otherwise it'll be illegal motion if he turns up too early, which usually doesn't happen very often because he is coming to the quarterback, which is going to be kind of behind him. Okay, so he'll always be going backwards into the backfield, so that's usually not a problem. That's just a good coaching point to make sure this kid, when he's coming in motion, he isn't zigzagging or anything. He needs to be flat. Okay, and the quarterback, like I said, he doesn't ride fake. Okay, we just want to step, move our shoulders with the motion. Quarterback's progression is we want to hit the wheel. Okay, wheel's going to be open 9 out of 10 times. How this usually works is the defense gets beat by our wheel twice, and then they start sitting on the wheel, and then we hit them with the post or we throw to our guy on the flare. Okay, we're calling this a flare. I mean, some people call it swing, whatever. We call it a flare. Okay, so he's going to flare out into the flat. Okay, so that gives us, 3 option routes. But the first read is the wheel. We want to hit the wheel. If the wheel's not open, we look to the post. If the post's not open, we want to look to the 3-back on the flare, and then obviously, we want the quarterback to gain a little bit of depth. Okay, he's going to step play side, almost 2 steps as he's riding with the motion. Not riding, putting the ball in, just, leaning with the motion. So he'll get a little bit of depth towards the play side, which will create an easier throw and a better throwing angle for him. Okay, but we want to look wheel to post to flare to run. Okay, and you'll see I believe I have the game footage of our quarterback where he should run. Yes, we do. Cool. Okay, so yeah, well, I'll show you where he probably should hit the flare, but he also ran. Okay, so a lot of times, like I was saying, the wheel's always open. We hit him, First off, we got the defense with jet sweep a few times, and we hit him with post wheel. Okay, so it's almost too easy. But he's looking to wheel the post. Sometimes defenses, especially if they know it's a passing down and distance, they'll go two safeties. So if you have the middle of the field open, say they're splitting the field in half, okay, you may be able to hit the post, especially if you wheel this, this 4-back wheels wide. That's going to take him off the hash. That'll kind of create the middle of the field open. Okay, but when the middle of the field's closed like this, okay, the wheel's usually almost, especially man-to-man. If you know you're playing man-to-man coverage, okay, this wheel's going to be open. And this kid's usually open too, because if this defender doesn't run across with him, you have an extra blocker or he'll be open. But a lot of times this kid will want to cover his wheel, but he'll see this kid is open too. So you'll see this kid get stuck in the middle and doesn't know what to do. But if he's disciplined, okay, then you'll see we'll hit underneath. Okay, so that's our post wheel out of ace. Let's see what time we're at. 11 minutes on one. I do these long dragged out videos because I just talk, and I told myself I'm going to try to really speed this up, but I end up just blabbering on. All right, but here I'll go a little faster now so we could get to the game film, which is what you guys I'm sure really want to see. All right, so here's our split right formation. Okay, his basic wing T formation. We compress our split end on jet sweep. He is cracking this outside linebacker. Okay, we're gonna arc and hook this DN, and we do like to move our. Not every time when we go heavy, we'll tell our two to offset to the right, and then he would lead block and tunnel this corner. So we on our jet sweep out from under center out of our wing T, crack outside backer, arc and hook the DN, and then we tunnel the corner out. Okay, and then we'll step play side cut off, step play side cut off, step play side cut off, and then we'll have our tight end look to cut off this kid, and if he's not there, we want to work to the safety. Okay, so that's our jet sweep from under center. Rules don't change as far as QB progressions. Jet motion timing is the same. Again, this is full speed motion. He's going to carry out his fake. He's going to flare back. Here's a coaching point too. You don't want the quarterback, okay, if this is his left foot, we're going to loop that around, plant it here. He doesn't need to do a ball fake because his back is to the defense and he's opening up towards the motion. So that should sell the fake as long as this kid executes full speed motion and really exaggerates the fake. Okay, so you don't want this kid stepping this way because that's a false step. Okay, we want him to swing that foot around here and then 3 to 4 steps. We teach our kids 3 steps, but we found out that's really not enough time for the wheel to get going, and it's really not enough time for it doesn't allow the quarterback to get more time because pass blocking is hard. Okay, so I think we're going to move to 5 steps. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's get some depth when he's open, point, and throw. You know what I mean? That's basically how we do it. But he's going to open up, get some depth, plant. His read is wheel to post to flare. Okay, and the concept is the same. Middle of the field's open. They're playing somewhat of a cover 2 or 2 deep look. Okay, you could very well have the post here. Okay, especially if the wheel gets this safety off the hash, and then they're playing, they're playing halves with 2 safeties. So, but most of the time the wheel will be open or the flare will be open. Sometimes we'll hit the post if teams go no safety on us or they roll his kid hard down to the motion or something like that. But that's our post wheel from under center. Okay. And then here's a nice little change up we have, okay? Heading into this season, I'm not sure, if I'm going to be coaching offense or defense or what's going on. I have a guy that coaches offense, but, we switch every so often, and I'm not sure what age level we're coaching yet. I don't have any kids on the team, so I really get kind of knocked around based on where the parents want to coach. I do have some say in, where I want to coach in everyone's school, but at the end of the day, the daddy coaches get preference to where they're going, which is fine. I'll coach anywhere. But depending on the age level, okay, we may install the PostWheel Stop. Okay, we call it Stop. It's kind of like a read or option route. I'm not sure what you would call it technically. I think a read route or I guess option route. Okay, there was a good team one time in the playoffs that scouted us and how they defended post wheel. Okay, was they would pass. They played on kind of like a cover 3. Okay, the corner was off. He would pass the post to the safety, and he would sit on the wheel over the top of the wheel. So boom, you got it covered. Then this kid technically has the flat, so you have it covered on paper. But again, if this kid's playing pass, we'll just run jet sweep, or we'll call a play we call jet power, where we actually base this kid out and then cut it in. So we have an answer for everything. Anything the defense wants to take away, they can, but we have something to beat it. They can't stop all our plays. So, but maybe that's another video for another day. But we had a team that would pass. The safety would take the post, and the corner would peel off, or he'd bail back to the third, and they would be over the top on the wheel. So what we had was a read route, okay, or option route. Again, we just called it stop, okay, and that just tells the four, okay, when he's wheeling, if that corner's off, or he's not if he's not level or ahead of a defender, he's gonna stop. Okay, it almost turns into like a comeback. Okay, and we do want him to come back to the ball in case the corner really is driving on it. Okay, but a lot of times they'll roll over the top and play deep, so a lot of times we'll just stop. Okay, or they'll play catch up and turn their hips to try to run, and then we'll just stop and they'll just run right by us. Okay, that happens a lot as well. So I think we only called stop two times. I think this year. This is our 2018 season. Actually, we ran stop. We didn't run it last year. We had the young. I had coached the real young guys last year, so we didn't no need for any of this stuff. Did run jet sweep, but no need for post wheel stop. But yeah, this is great because a lot of times they'll play back, and then this stop is usually wide open, and I have a nice game footage of that. Okay, and again, the read's still the same. We're going to look to the wheel, to the post, to the flare, to run. Okay, and when we say post wheel stop, that doesn't mean he's definitely stopping. That means, okay, if they're playing over the top of you, then you're stopping. If this corner is even with you, or you have him beat by a step, a half a step, or whatever, you take him vertical. But this is for when they pass the post and they're sitting on the deep. Okay, then we want to stop. Okay, so it gives us kind of a high-low option too. Okay, if he's playing hard underneath this, okay, if they are playing cover 3, okay, this is the hole in the zone. Okay, we're going to stretch this kid horizontally, and if he respects the flare, boom, we hit this comeback. Okay, if he gets depth on his zone drop like he's supposed to, get underneath any hitch or comeback. Okay, if he gets underneath it, which most of the time they don't. Most of the time he's running to the flare. Okay, or he's staying on the wheel too. But if he gets under that, then we have this option. So this is a great man-to-man coverage beater, and it's also a great zone coverage beater because you're giving them a high-low option, and it's putting this kid in conflict. Okay, he can't cover both of these kids. Okay, and when we motion a player across and the defense doesn't adjust, we got an extra player here. It's basically 3-on-2 out here. So we have options, and that's what we want. Football's a number game. Okay, so this is our stop concept. Let's get to the game film before this turns into a half an hour freaking video. All right, I'm going to go through a little bit here. I'll try not to talk a lot, but I'm not sure what he's looking at. But yeah, and he's leaning. Okay, little things here, but I'll run this through. Right off the bat, the motion's too slow. In his defense, this is usually our split end. Okay. We had our best running back out for the week with an ankle injury. That's this kid right here, and boy, we could have used him in this game. But we would have destroyed this team if we had this kid was a beast, and that's who. And when our best athlete, and when I say this kid was a stud, he was a complete stud, savage. Okay, so when you fake jet sweep to your best player, they're gonna respect it, and this kid's gonna be wide open. So this kid had a whole bunch of catches, a couple sick catches too. This kid was real good for us too. He was a little small, but man, he hung in there, man. Great hands, great speed, just overall good athlete. But when you have a good running back here running jet sweep, a nice fast kid, they're gonna respect it. Okay, so and this kid was a heck of a split end. This kid made some catches and some blocks for us that were just he wasn't the fastest. Didn't look like a crazy sick athlete, but man, this kid was a heck of very, sneaky. He doesn't look like he would be that fast, but man, the kid's a great athlete. Sick hands for us. But long story short, here we need a better motion. I mean, that's half-hearted motion. That's not gonna do it. He does a good job of flaring out and looking back. And again, here's the outside linebacker, right? Technically, if they're playing man cover, I don't know if they're in zone or man. It's probably man coverage. And here's the thing, too. Like, when you run jet sweep out of this, every kid is looking at... They're playing man coverage, but he's not even looking at his man. He's looking at the motion. Okay, and that's what kids do. We played a team that ran a lot of motion, and we coached the crap out of it, and the kids still look at motion. You know, motion is the most underrated and underutilized tactic in youth football. And, you know, I have countless videos that I could show you that support that. You know, we motion a lot, and teams have no answer for it. But everyone's looking at the motion. And again, we're a jet sweep team, so how many times do you think we hit them with jet sweep by the time we call this? At least 2-3 times. Okay, so they're looking at that, and then he realizes, okay, it's not jet sweep. My guy's long gone, so I'm going to cover him. And if it is zone, say he bails back and he has flat, again, we're putting this kid in conflict. He's not sure if it's jet sweep because the motion was slow. If this was fast, more decisive motion, he would have been flying up. So that's part of, that's part of the problem here too. We have much better executed post wheels, but I wanted to show some that were executed great, that show you the concept real well, and the video's good quality, but also some mistakes that you need to avoid. That it took us a while, and this is like halfway through the season, so there's really no excuse for this. But you could see the outside linebackers in conflict. If he stays on him, we know the wheel's not there. Okay, they're playing man on our split end, and they have a safety in the middle, so that's gone. So he would be wide open. Okay, so our quarterback does a great job of looking. As soon as he commits up and doesn't turn and run, he's going wheel all the way. Like I said, if this kid plays his man, no one runs it. Who's running across? Does the defense run across with the motion, or do they shift to it? No. We have 1, 2, 3 on 2. Okay, it's 3 on 2, so one of the guys is going to be open. That there's nothing the defense could do schematically because we have them outnumbered. Okay, so my center, he's getting knocked down. But let's look again. Again, this kid's the kid we're putting in conflict, and I'll let this one run through. Good ball, good route, touchdown. And that was a 1st and 10. Okay, that was a 1st and 10's a big jet sweep down for us. So and we love jet sweep to the field, and we run it to the boundary a lot too. But jet sweep to the wide side of the field's here. It's 1st down, and tendencies show that that's a jet sweep team. And every 1st down, I believe we fumbled the kickoff, and we were in our own 30-yard line. So this was our 3rd 1st down of the drive, and the first down of the first 2 drives were jet sweeps, one from under center and one from ace, just to see how they react to our motion. So this was our 3rd 1st down. So, we're embedding in their head that it's 1st down. They're running jet sweep to the wide side of the field, so we got them here. And then once you start hitting them with plays like this on 1st and 10, okay, and you keep them honest, guess what? When you're actually running jet sweep, their force players, their pursuit's going to be a lot more hesitant because they don't know if it's going to be post wheel. So, sometimes passing the ball opens up the run, We run to open up the pass, but you better motion here too. But sometimes when you pass, that opens up the run. Oh my God. I haven't watched this one, and this is actually a clip from our 2017 season. Wow, what a dime. What a catch. No joke, it's been probably a year since I watched this. Boom. Alright, quick coaching point. There were 4-4, okay? This team did a little better job of bumping out to our motion. You could see they're bumping out a little bit. He's bumping over, and he's squeezing down. Corner's not running across with him like he should. So that gives us what? 3 on 2 here. But this outside backer, you'll see he's in conflict. But here's another good coaching point here. Watch our 2 back, okay? Instead of stopping right here and breaking down and pass blocking and allowing this kid, and I don't like this step by our tackle, but again, I'm trying to keep this video somewhat short. But you could see instead of waiting for this kid to meet him up here and getting pressure on the quarterback, he does a great job of attacking this block and breaking down right here. You know, this is holding the line. Watch this. When we engage him here, he took a bad path, and it was almost a hole, too. You know, he overran it. He's got to get a little bit under control. But like we said, we tell him to get on the outside shoulder here, okay, which he did a good job. You know, we definitely want to maintain outside leverage, and if he tries to rip underneath it, okay, we just wash him down. But this is almost a hold here, so this is a good coaching point. You know, you could see his feet are all out of whack. He's off balance. His feet aren't under him. He's not breaking down and keeping his feet under control. So that almost led to a hold for us. But look, here's the outside backer. He sees this kid's coming in motion, and he's going to belly out here for the flare. So he's in a conflict. He's either going to play the flare, or he is going to play the wheel. And if he plays the wheel, we hit the flare. If he plays the flare, we hit the wheel. And most times they play the flare, especially if the quarterback's a running threat. Okay, he's going to come up. He plays the flare, bails off of it, okay, which is a pretty nice play. And this kid was a heck of an athlete, man. I'm surprised we even ran post wheel to his side. This kid was a stud. I mean, this is semifinals of the playoffs. This kid was an animal. But, you know, he turns back. Look at the recovery speed on this kid. But, man, let's watch that throw and catch. Oh, my God, man. 50. That's a 30-yard dime. What a catch, too. If it was a little too far up. Look at the over-the-shoulder catch, man. I mean, what are you going to do against that? And that's credit this kid. This kid was a heck of an athlete and had some sick hands for us. But what a catch and what a throw. My God. That's beautiful. Oh, man. Yeah, you could hear me yelling, Chris, Chris, Chris. Yeah, this kid's name was Chris, so he was wide open. Okay, this is somewhat of a misread by our quarterback. Okay, this is the kid I was telling you about. He's one of our studs. Okay, we wheel him out. We kind of knew they were going to cover him because they put their best cover corner and had him shadow him. Okay, but here's our split end. You know, back to his regular position, the kid I showed you before that ran the jet motion. Okay, so he's going to run a post, he's going to run a wheel. Okay, this corner that's playing off covers the post, okay, and he covers the wheel. Which means, okay, and again, this is the kid we're reading. This is the kid we're putting in conflict. Okay, they're playing straight man-to-man here. So they're disciplined. He's man here. He isn't getting caught up in backfield action. He's locking on his player. Okay, so you could see 3 turns and runs. We got to bang this right out to our 4-back coming in motion here, okay? And I would like to see him, and we call it flare because we do like to flare him back in the backfield, okay? So we want to flare out a little bit. He needs to get a little more depth to kind of get almost squared up to the quarterback here. But, you know, I don't know why this kid always wants the ball. But, you know, they're pretty locked up here. Good man coverage. So we should hit this. He didn't feel comfortable throwing it. Because one of the kids, I'm not sure which player. Yeah, one of them comes off as kind of here. And he's feeling some pressure, which really isn't there. But, you know, he does a good job and runs with it. But look, I mean, okay, boom. We should have hit automatically going with flare. We should have banged that right out there and get our athlete versus their athlete in space. But it's okay because late hit out of bounds there. It's okay. Launch it again. Turns and runs, boom, hit the flare right now. That's all right, it's not there. He does a good job running. Okay. Oh man, what down and distance were we in? Holy crap. Yo, that has to be like 2nd and 20. But quarterback gets 7 of it back, so that's fine. But guys, you know, here you can't cover this. You know, this defense is somewhat matched better, okay? So cornerback matches him. This outside backer or whoever that's covering him matches him. This guy, middle linebacker, bumps out, matches him. No one has the quarterback. Again, it's numbers. Okay, they can't account for him, and the quarterback. There's just not enough players. So if the wheel's not there, post's not there, flare's not there, we run. They can't stop all four of these options. They can't stop it. This play hasn't really been stopped. The only time we got stopped is if it's serious pressure and you know, there's a sack or a hurried throw, or it's a bad throw and it's picked or something, you know, but like very rarely schematically has anyone stopped this play. Once in a while we get beat physically and plays get stopped, but schematically it's no one has been able to stop this. You just can't stop these options. And if you have a mobile kid at quarterback, you can't stop it. Again, like I said, you could take away anything you want. You could take away the wheel, you could take away the post, you could take away the flare, but our quarterback will run. It's impossible to stop it all. Get rid of that. He's got to bang it out to the flare, but great play here, getting us some yards, okay? All right, here's the ace formation, okay? This is our stop concept. I'll run it through. Our wheel guy's going to stop. All right, great job here by our four-back. That's the kid that had the sick catch. This kid was unreal for us. But, okay, how this team's playing us, okay? They were locked up on him. Pretty sure they blitzed their outside linebacker, or he was responsible for the flare, and then they rolled the safety over the top. Okay? If we had some kind of now or bubble to this, we got 2-on-1 out here, and we didn't have anything. Looking at it now, we should, anytime we're spreading the field, we need some kind of quick game here, or bubble, or some kind of now, you know, an extension to the perimeter run. You know, I mean, that's what our bubble, I consider it an outside run, like most spread guys do. It's behind the line of scrimmage. But, man, if we had a bubble or just had this kid turn, square up, and catch it, we got numbers here. So that's something I probably need to install. But did they roll the safety over? They pretty much know post wheel's coming. He's locked on our split. Locked on our split end. The safety's cheating over. They see motion. You could see this kid bumps over. And watch him. We tell our slot here, okay, our four-back, that if he sees this guy's over the top, stop. Okay, if he's even with you or behind you, just keep going vertical. Okay, so you could see this kid's opened his hips. Okay, he's playing over the top. He knows wheel's there. So he does a good job of just stopping. See how he stops? If he would have continued it out on the wheel, this kid was right here. So this kid stops, catches the ball, makes a move upfield. That's a heck of a job. And we worked a lot on catching the ball. Okay, I want you to watch. What we do is, you know, he goes out, catches the ball with his hands. When he catches the ball, we like to tuck it and then turn upfield. So we'd always tell him, catch it, and then plan on an inside foot and turn upfield on this stop, because a lot of times the momentum of this kid's going to carry himself out. So we want to catch it, turn upfield inside. Okay, so that's what we do here. So this kid did a heck of a job. But you could see, like, you know, if he continued on his real route, they got this covered. I mean, if you look, do a pretty good job. I mean, they have our flare covered, okay? They have our quarterback accounted for. This kid, we couldn't block him all game. And again, the two-back took our fullback. Look, he's on his inside hip. He needs to be on his outside shoulder. His defense, this kid was a monster. He was a problem all game long. Even though we did beat this team pretty good, this kid was a stud. But he needs to attack that block with his inside shoulder on his outside shoulder. Can't let him beat you to the inside because it causes a problem. And our quarterback is kind of rolling out here. Okay, he needs to plant and throw. You could see he's throwing off his back foot, and he should have just pinned feet in the ground and throw the ball right now as he's stopping. Okay, but I mean, look, we stop this. The safety flies over the top. We catch the ball. We break inside, and there we go, touchdown. See, now here's an instance where, you know what? Schematically, they did a great job on here. They got some pressure. Okay, they matched all our receiving routes, but just the stop concept. So that added another element to the play where you can't stop it. You know, there's nothing you can do to stop it. And this is something we installed late in the year, and something, you know, depending on, as I said earlier, what age group I coach, this is something we're going to install. So, you know, I'll let these plays run through one more time. Let's see how long this video is. I probably Another 34-minute video, my God. But, I didn't even show you our, the last clip will be under center. We ran a lot of ace, so need a better run fake there. Good ball, good catch, touchdown. And this is a route we throw a million times. We practice our post. That's almost a hold, Jesus. But we throw this post wheel a lot, so it's pretty much effortlessly thrown for us. See hard fake motion there, attacking the block. Got to bang it to the flare, but that's all right. Pull it down and run. Good block there. See that safety creeping over the top, opens up, thinks wheel, we stop, catch it, break inside, touchdown. Can't stop it. Not much changes. Oh, too easy. Yeah, it's the same concept. The only thing is the formation's compressed now. Run J sweep. This was to the short side of the field, so he didn't really have time to flare, so we had him just turn. And again, you could see this is our best player. They flew up. That outside linebacker who's covering him flies up. There he is, leaving that wide open. We even had the post too. Safety split him down the middle. So. All right, guys, that's our post wheel. I really tried to keep it to a 20-minute video and ended up going to like 35. But I hope you gained something from this. I hope you watched the whole thing because I feel like I provided you some great insight. And this is a concept we've been running for a long time. So, it took us a couple years to really get this down. And now that we've been doing this for so long, this concept, we've added some things and we got better at coaching it. So that's why it looks so good. And I hope you take what I said from this because it'll allow you to, really coach up the points I'm talking about. And just add these little wrinkles that make it virtually unstoppable. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this. I hope you enjoyed it. Jet sweep, post wheel. It's our best 1-2 punch. And if you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out and